for family. Not 6 months, sometimes they allow one lawyer to go, but they don't allow family. We gather here because at the moment as a trial, jail trial, so we are able to meet him. But once the jail trial ends in maybe 2 hearings, maybe the beginning of next week, then he's absolutely Bushra, Bibi and him and his wife and Imran and his wife has been complete vice versa, which is totally legal against our lawyers. Because no lawyers, no party members and no family allowed. So then he'd be total isolation. Then we don't know how he's feeling, we don't know how his health is, we don't, we have no idea. There could be, see, because he's had 2 assassination attempts on him. And we don't want
in prison or?
No, outside they shot him. He had 3 bullet wounds, including a shrapnel in his leg. Nearly 2 years ago. So then there was another attempt which he barely came out of that village of Pakistan. They had snipers on the top, and so we do worry about him if they completely isolate him, because we have to keep check on his health. They have not allowed his doctors to meet him for the past 10 months. He's, mashallah, absolutely healthy. He doesn't have any problems. They were hoping that they think he's an old man, so he doesn't make it out of jail. His cell is about 8 by 10 to the toilet, but he's facing all this with absolutely high spirits. Everybody meets him as so stunned by his high spirits, because he knows that it's politically motivated, all his cases. I think the problem that this stolen mandate government faces, they thought they'll break him in that tiny cell. They sometimes shuttered electricity, they locked him up for days. It's brilliant, human, and he's illegal. But he didn't. He has. That's a test that his faith of Allah is very strong. I don't have to depend on human beings, and if my life is in our religion, because it says that your life is as long as Allah wills it, and that's when you have to be taken away, then you go. But he's not. So we are concerned it's a dictatorship. He calls it Asim law, because he says if you go against Asim right now, then you have to face consequences. I just got a court order. I got in jail. I had a policeman who came up to my vehicle and gave me a notice to appear in court, because
For what reason?
I bring in non-consensus media. So when our lawyer was in court, he said she gave the message, but media channels relayed it. So will they also be charged? They will be. And by the way, this case that I have to hear for tomorrow is in the anti-terrorist. It's not any regular. All our cases are anti-terrorist. If you give his message, you are a terrorist. If you take his name, you are a terrorist. So Imran Khan always says they are doing it out of fear. And she got badly abused by police during protests. I mean, they've raided homes. She's been arrested. Who else has been arrested?
Most of the women.
She's been arrested. She's arrested. Everybody's gone to jail now. So they've lost their fear. So many people, poor people have died in jail. 6, 7? Exactly. Hepatitis? Exactly. So they have, several people have died in jail. And that's one was with handcuffs. So this man who died a few weeks ago, he died of heart attack? Yeah. He died of a heart attack, and they brought him up. They brought him home. Yeah. They brought him home, the dead body in handcuffs. They brought this poor man's dead body home in handcuffs. The mother was telling us. So a lot of people, volunteers, go and help everybody face such circumstances. And because a lot of people are poor, and so people support them. There's a big community at the military custody. 10-year conviction.
Is your brother able to read?
He's read hundreds of books.
What is he reading?
Normally history. He prefers history, so. And I've run out of books. They give him, for the past few months, they don't give his books to him. So because in a court hearing like yesterday, the lawyer says, I'm going to stop court proceedings. We will not protest unless you bring his books. So then they bring his books out. Unfortunately, out of the 10 books I've taken, he'd already read 5. So then I have to bring them back. So our biggest, I think it's a big stressful, it's very stressful when you take the books and he's read them. One he said, I don't want to read this. I said, this, you brought it, just read it. He said, no, I'm not going to read it.
Are these histories of Pakistan or histories of the world or?
Jawaba's books, maybe a few books a day. And he reads all history, everything across the world. He asked for a specific book. Shashi Tharoor.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He asked for his book. He said, can you bring me his book? I read it in the newspaper. That's he's got a new book out.
Yeah.
So I have to go and buy that.
Yeah.
Last night was very late. Today we came here. So I've got to get that before we go to court. He demands. He's got another book, Mishra.
Pankaj Mishra, the World Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
He asked for the Mishra. So he's asked for these 2 books because he must have read it in the newspaper. So this is, that's all you do in jail. And he's got no television. All jail has TV, right? He doesn't. Everybody's allowed phone call. He's not allowed. He has not spoken to his sons maybe twice in 10 months.
Do they ring? What, they can ring him every now and then, or he can ring them every now and then?
First they said we won't allow WhatsApp calls. So you do online, like on regular telephone. The regular telephone, Imran said when they connected me, like both the sons were together or on their own phones, and the call would disconnect after 3 minutes. So, and then they had to wait, they would reconnect me for another 3 minutes. So he said it was so difficult, I couldn't have a conversation with the boys because they reconnected me 35-40 minutes and he got 12 minutes.
So why is the government keeping him in prison?
Because they're scared. Because he had 2/3 majority, they won the election on the 8th of February. First they tried to crush it. They crushed the party, they crushed, they were all in hiding. They were candidates, they were all in hiding. There were no candidates who could appear and campaign. No campaign, no symbol. They were given, maybe 200 symbols were distributed. Remember, a lot of people can't read. And they thought that if they gave them the 2 symbols, everybody knows he's got a bat. So I think what symbol did you have? Queen. She had a queen. So they gave them aubergine,
vegetables,
cauliflower, furniture, I mean, everybody remembers this. Vegetables, about 200 symbols. And what happened was, social media played a very important role because they promoted the symbol. So, like I know, where I went to vote, I did not remember one of the seats, the name of the person. The woman at the back said, no, vote for the racket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was it. Just vote for the racket. So people were voting for symbols. So they remember their symbols. I didn't know the name. The woman, I just said, no, I don't know which one to vote for. So no, just the racket. So the symbols actually made it easy. It facilitated rather than distract. They shut down, pulling their rigging was they shut down the internet. So if there's a household and I've got 4 people voting from my house, a night earlier they threw my polling station in other cities. So they did polling day reading, and yet they were one of our candidates who's a lawyer in Lahore. I think the one man got 30,000 and he got 160, 170. Something like 170,000 and the low vote was 30. So what they did was they made him lose. I mean, the way they made people lose the next day was if you have 70,000, they added one in front. So it was like, it's really bad. Even the Commonwealth report says, which Commonwealth did not release till it got leaked. And EU knows that. EU report says that. I've seen that report. So everybody knew it was so massive. And they generally nationally kept quiet about it. So whatever the geopolitical reasons, it's the people of Pakistan which have taken a decision that they're all going to jail. And I mean, look at the women around. A lot of them have gone to jail and come out, and they're still standing here. They face they are going to court, they go to terrorist courts. And what is their crime? It's the fear of the people. Yeah. You know what happened? She's reminding me, Sahabia's reminding me. So there was a commissioner, divisional commissioner. What was his name? He was the commissioner, administrative head of the whole division. A division is pretty large. It's what you call Rawalpindi division. He's like the commissioner for a very large area. The whole of Rawalpindi. And he said that I was asked that there was one returning officer, again a government officer, in another city under his area called Utter, and he's not being correct because he's saying I will not rig the election. So you go and fix him. So the commissioner said, he gave a press conference and he said this in a press conference. I went to the area. I went to the area and I fixed him, and I said, you just do exactly what I'm telling you or you'll be out of your job or whatever. And he says, at night I couldn't sleep. I said, what have I done? I got mentally disturbed. One day he went out and did a whole press conference on this. And after that he's been taken away and locked up somewhere. He's taken away.
No longer a commissioner.
Not only a commissioner, he's locked up somewhere.
What does this all tell you about what's gone wrong in Pakistan's democracy? What's your theory?
I think democracy is actually being born in Pakistan.
Democracy
It's being born in Pakistan.
Democracy's been born in Pakistan.
The day they voted on the 8th of February, keep in mind, voting system, it's not very old, it's a modern voting system, maybe 120, 130 years. When public went out for a candidate, Pakistan has had control, managed democracies where they can make you lose, they want you to win, and you want you to lose. But 8th February this didn't happen. People came out and got heard, and they were not voting for anybody. They were voting for a change, right?
Yeah.
So when they PTI got 2/3 majority at that time. But this now, from the 8th February onwards, is the people's vote. Remember, they didn't know the candidate, but they voted. Now they feel empowered, And they ask their representative, people now ask them, demand from them what democracy basically is. That you have to do what we want you to do. So that's democracy, when they are demanding of their representatives that we gave you 1 point agenda, we voted for you, now get a non agenda. You ask, we have all members of parliament standing. They are here because they tell you that it is our constituency which is demanding that you get Imran Khan out of jail. Because they think he's their voice. So, and he's the voice of unity in Pakistan. They come from across Pakistan. They're coming from Karachi, Sindh. She's the president of Sindh. So you see the Sindhis standing here. She just saw Balochistan. So they are younger generation.
You don't despair of democracy then?
I think it's a change. It's a new generation.
Yeah,
the thing is, the world is changing. Social media is changing. Everything across the world. And it's taking different forms, right? So in Pakistan, the facility of social media has been information. Everybody's informed. You mustn't forget that at least 50-60% of Pakistan's population is under 40. And that's social media. So it's a new generation wanting change. They want, and the reason I said it's democracy being born, it is born on the 8th of February, is because the voter right now feels entitled, like empowered. They feel they have a right, they have a voice. The demand of their candidates, like you have to do what we want. That's what democracy is. You are representing us and we need to perform for us. This is, I think it's great. That's what Imran Khan's dream was. It wasn't to be a prime minister. He wanted to make people understand that you have every right in this country. You have to, and when he says come out for protest, what does he say? He gives every time. People, you come out, people say, we are protesting for Imran Khan's release. But Imran Khan doesn't say come for it. He says, stand up for democracy. Every time he sends this out, and I keep saying, this is what he said. Why? He didn't say, get me out of jail. He said, you have to stand for the rights. Stand against tyranny. Stand up against tyranny, otherwise it will crush. So right now, ISI, the intelligence agency, rather than banning our borders, is everywhere. They're most probably standing behind us. Even they are here. Yeah, they're listening to what you're saying. But as you can see, even the police, the ISI personnel, they also vote him. And so they don't want to be, they are not tyrannical. They have to do things because they ordered to do it. But the intelligence agency people come and tell us, we pray for him. The police tells us we pray for him. So it's not an advocacy. So that's why you don't see an atmosphere of tyranny at the lower categories. The anger is at the top. So they order them, and sometimes they'll tell you, what do they say? Our job is at stake, right? Ask anybody. They say, what can we do? We are forced. We are helpless. We can't do anything. Because we lose our job. That's simply why they do.
And what are they worried about it?
They'll be kicked out of their job and so it's like coming top down. It goes all the way up to Asim Munir wanted to retire general, comes in place, wants to stay for the next 10 years. That's been Pakistan's thing in the past. We've had 3 dictators, 8 years, 9 years, 11 years. Times have changed, new generation, they are not interested. They don't understand why they have to sit there. You're not elected. Military didn't elect you. it's a posting.
It's a
It's a posting. You're posted as a
Posting. Yeah.
but you're not an elected representative of the people. And that's what the change is. So we are in the process of a change, and Imran Khan sitting in jail is bringing the change, accelerating the change. I see it happening. I told Imran Khan, I said, if you come out and you're going to say, I think this is going to be my candidate, people are going to say, oh no, you've been in jail for 2 years, you don't know anything, we'll tell you, right? We joke about it. I said, no. You don't understand, they are so in control, the social media, right? So all of these youngsters, they ban our activities every time we're here. And ask them what is their following. Huge, huh? Exactly. All of you have huge following.
of course. That's why we are here.
So they've all, because this is what everybody's interested in. We come here, they are holding a session. Now remember, it's the largest opposition.
Yeah.
This party, media. They were made into an opposition.
Yeah.
The Muslim League, like Nawaz Sharif's party, there's a dispute. We were told, everybody knows, 17 seats total, but they are saying no, it was 14. Actually it was 14. A party with 14 seats and Imran Khan's party at 186. And now you put the 17-seat party and you put them in on top. What do you think the people are going to do then? They're going to react. So the reaction is coming from your voting. That's the reaction. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get, the anger is building, and there's going to be some trigger, and it's going to go up. That's what's happening in our part of the world, the subcontinent. Imran Khan has already predicted.
Sorry?
He predicted this about a few weeks ago. When he sent messages to me, and he's very good. We asked him 10 days before the election. I said, there's so much abuse and tyranny in Punjab. Will they come out? He said, trust me, Punjab will come out in great numbers. And it came out in huge numbers. And they swept Punjab, right? So this time he said, I predicted the 8th February election. I'm going to make another prediction. And when he was saying it, it's the way he says it. It's the way he says it. He doesn't give his messages lightly. And he said, I'm going to predict Pakistan is heading in the same direction as Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal. To any of us, but I'll tell you, with the economy, with investments that are coming in, they are taking more and more loans, huge loans from IMF. So that's the growth at, I think, 1.2, the lowest in the history of Pakistan. So there's an uncertainty, political.
Do you mind if I take a photograph?
Yeah, of course.
With all the other members.